across the airwaves, over the distance of time and space itself, comes the voice and message of yours truly, PoGokeRo! Wait. Hey, hello out there in the future. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm out of water, but that's okay. That's alright. Yeah, this is a special pirate episode. Let me show you what's up. Yo, pirate episode. Troll warfare. Let's get it on. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, let's begin. I'm here exactly where I left off the last time with no pick. So I'm gonna go back. But I've got a whole bunch, like, unbeknownst to everyone else, or maybe known to you, but yo, there's been a big chunk of time that's transpired between the last time and now. Not significantly that big, considering that normally what just happened, what's going on. So, as we know, Trump Dog and the gang are trying to get their Supreme Court guy in the deal, in office, on the Supreme Court, really quickly. It's hardly been any time, and all sorts of allegations have popped up, all sorts, you wouldn't believe. I think, like, today is 5:30 p.m., 9/26/2018. I think there's like at least four people, and now I guess there's an avalanche coming, but they're all anonymous. So I think, someone was saying, wait a minute, like, that could be a ploy, a trick. They're trying to be tricksy. They're trying to discredit the allegations by putting a whole bunch of fake allegations onto the scene. That's like a, oh man, what's the correlation? Like decoys, I guess? Noise, I guess, static? Jamming the signal, I guess. They're jamming it. That's what the guy at the market did to me with his "What about Clinton?" He didn't really care what about Clinton. He didn't care anything. All he was doing was jamming the signal, so I couldn't talk. And he even told the guy what it was by projecting it. He said what he was doing and accused me of doing it. And I don't know if the old guy fell for it. I don't know if he did or not, but that's what the rocker dude was doing to me at the market. So it wasn't cool. It was not cool at all, right? But that he succeeded in his mission in jamming my transmission, so I couldn't talk to the old guy who really, honestly, in good faith, wanted information. So man, it's awful. To me, that feels like hand-to-hand combat. Like literally, not literally. Reflex. It feels like hand-to-hand combat, metaphorically speaking. So I need iron to make more than one. Do I not have any more iron? Man, come on. Am I out of iron? What did I do? I got one more. I can make one more. That's it. Oh, wow. Okay. Survival! I don't even need to. I always got step away so I can go back to mining and being dumb and just mining and talk. Put it all away. That should be my hand. Let's see. That's away. Over here. Okay. Always have wood. Oh no, I made too many. Uh-oh. Okay. I need wood. There we go. Just need a compass? Yeah, compass. Oh, I don't need... okay. I need iron. There we go. I don't even need this map, but... because I'm not going to go anywhere I haven't seen. So, okay, so, like, okay, so now there's a fourth person coming out, fourth allegation, a bunch of anonymous allegations, and then today at some public event, Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice Ginsburg, had her Me Too moment. Oh wait, is it my blah 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 blah. Yeah. So she just kind of confirmed like what's kind of been going on, and she said they just kind of figure out ways to get around it or accept it or whatever. So like, I don't know. I think that's pretty significant. I think it's pretty like, wow, that's like heavy voice, heavy hitter weighing in. And yeah, he shouldn't be on. It's obvious. This guy is like a plant. They're trying to get the vote in as fast as possible, so they can come back to their constituents and say, "See, we tried." But if they don't get a vote, or if they have to get someone else, they're gonna get slaughtered. Well, they're gonna get slaughtered regardless. But that's what they're gonna blame to themselves. When really it's just like one more bit of hay on the camel. Okay, hey, I was successful that way. Let's go this way. So yeah, okay, so Ginsburg came out. Fourth allegation. The third allegation came out by Michael Avenatti. I think that's how you say it. I have to look it up again. That was a former state employee, federal employee, who had background checks like at the Mint and stuff. So she's credible, right? She and she has a written sworn affidavit, which is the same as under oath. Yeah, same penalty as being under oath. If you're lying, you're screwed. You're perjury, yeah. So that went on, and it's only like 5:30. Let's see. I think was it earlier today? I can't even remember if it was today or yesterday. Trump gave a speech at the UN and got laughed at. They all laughed at him. He said that he basically tried the gaslighting thing he always does, which is said that his administration had accomplished more than any other one, and they all like laughed at him. And then he tried to play it off as if they're like, as if they're laughing with him, but he didn't make a joke. That's the thing. They're laughing at him. So he wasn't joking, but they're laughing. So, but he's gonna play it off, and that's what he's telling his followers. And his followers are, of course, eating it up. They'll say, "Of course, dear leader." danger, danger. So that happened. The U.S. president got laughed at the UN. That's pretty, like, insane. This is all going on. So this is all kind of historic, guys. I mean, I'm not doing this podcast to sound like to regurgitate the news to you. Like, what I'm doing is like, what's going on is pretty, like, crazy. It's off the charts. I don't even know how to, I mean, like, okay, so out here in the West, in Oregon, in my day-to-day life, I look outside, I don't see any kind of indication of it whatsoever. People, it doesn't touch people. They don't even know about it. They're like, I don't even care, right? Because it doesn't affect them. Right? Look at, like, nowhere. I'm safe. I don't have guns in my face. Like, I'm cool, man. Like, but the things that are happening are like, the things that are happening, I mean, I don't know how to be any more historic. I mean, it's historic. I mean, when they write history books, they're gonna talk about this for real. This is, I don't know how to explain it to you. That's why I'm doing this. Why would I be crazy enough to come out here like this? This is so stupid. I mean, it's not stupid. I have to do this, right? It's, it's not like I kind of want to. I mean, like, I'm not the best at Minecraft. I'm not the best at talking about news and explaining things. But, like, it's like, I have to do something. And this is my thing. My way of explaining to you the significance of what's going on. Because it's so big that other countries' leaders are laughing at us, and in public. Yeah, they want to try to shove in this guy named Kavanaugh into the Supreme Court. And they said, okay, the Republicans are like, okay, we're going to hear the women tomorrow on Thursday, and then we'll have a vote on her up and down on Friday. Just be done with it. And we're only like day, 60? Maybe day 70 into the Kennedy's retirement. So the Scalia seat was empty for like over, 400 days? I don't know. I don't even know. They kept it open forever. So we have plenty of time. I don't know why they're rushing. Oh, that's right, the midterms. Oh boy. So, yeah, well, look at all these women coming forward, saying these things, these allegations, and they're credible women. Don't be all trying to play it off like someone tried earlier, I read, by saying they were drunk or something. See, that's the thing on Facebook, right? I go on, I see these trolls at work. That's what they are. They're trolls. And time and time again, my peeps, y'all fall for it. You fall for it. You that was silly. Come on, dude. No, you fall for it, man. Like, you fall for it. Like, I fall for it a lot too, because I want to get my word in. But, like, that's the thing. Okay, the way Facebook works and the way trolling works is that trolling doesn't care about truth. Trolling is like fascism, right? Truth is irrelevant. You're not in it for the truth. You're in it to burn energy, to burn the other person's energy. It's like a mana burn, I guess you could call it. That's funny. they put a negative post. They say something negative on Facebook, on a, and then other people with good hearts, they're like, no, let me come into your post that you made. Let me come inside your post and try to tell you that no, that's incorrect. Like, let me show you what it's about, or that I'm gonna come into your post and say, oh, you're so wrong. But and then the troll will come back and say, ha 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 ha, I'm not wrong for all these reasons. You're dumb. And then the good-hearted person will be like, no, 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 I'm a good person. I do very, very good things. And then the troll will say like, ha ha ha, no, you're a bad person. And also Hillary. And then the good-hearted person will be like, no, 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 Hillary is okay. She's over here. And really, I'm a good person. I go. And the troll, and then the good-hearted person says, and then also, what about you when you do this? And the troll says, ha 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 ha, and dances and talks about something else. And then, so the good-hearted person is all dancing, spending all this time and energy inside the post, the first thing that the troll wrote, the first negative post. And now this negative post is becoming filled bigger with more and more replies, because the troll is getting people, making them angry, and causing them to write inside his post, which goes higher and higher. Now his negative post becomes #1 at the top. So everybody, you look on that page, first thing you see, negative post. Ooh, the troll has won. That is the goal of the troll. At the same time, you look for the positive posts. Maybe there's a few people saying yay, but their replies don't go high. They just stay at the bottom. Because no one argues. No one goes into a positive post and says, oh, you're wrong. Right? Because that would increase the post. So no, the troll never does that. They try real hard to avoid it. The troll only wants to bump the negative post. So my peeps on Facebook, that's like troll warfare 101. The troll doesn't, like a fascist, the troll doesn't care about truth. The troll isn't in it for the civil discussion. They're in it to spread their bad information. They don't even care about you or your idea of civil discourse. I mean, I know you want to, right? It's noble, and we all want it. That's how you get democracy done, but they're not interested in democracy. They have bad faith. They have bad faith. So the thing is you don't engage the troll. By engaging the troll, you give them your energy. You give them your time. You give them your concentration, your words, your anything, your attention. You give them your attention. When you give them your attention, they win. You gave them something for free, and help their negativity. So a troll, that's what a troll does. Maybe you can even think of a troll like Medusa. By looking at the troll, you give it power. So try perhaps to look at it differently. Instead, label it so other people put a warning on it so other people know this is a troll. Don't go here. There be trolls. Warning, warning, troll. Don't engage. Run away. Ignore. And instead, if you have time and energy, put it on positive posts. Say, yes, this is a good reason, and let me help your post. Let me also tell you why it's another good reason why this is a good idea. And if a negative person comes into the positive post, okay, go ahead. Help them. Try to make them understand. But if they insist on being negative, go with it. Keep going. Because it pushes the positive post higher. Troll warfare. The Russians are doing it to us. That's how they did it in 2016. They've done it before, right? It's not just to the United States. It's not their first rodeo, Holmes. They did it with to Ukraine. They totally did it to Ukraine. And before Ukraine, they did it to this tiny little country called Georgia, right? Which is right on the border, right? that the West kind of like let them like didn't do nothing. We just kind of watched. Right? And they were asking for help. They're like, "Come on, help us out, man!" But I guess we didn't do nothing. It was like it's far, man. It's right next to Russia. Do you really want to like poke a bear? Because that's how you poke a bear. So yeah, I don't know what that's gonna be about. I don't know, man. That's too far away. Let's come back home. That's so far. That's so far away. Let's come back home. Like troll warfare, right? That's happening on our Facebook phones, like all the time. Like if you go there, if you do that kind of thing, if you comment on people and talk to people and look at posts like that, keep in mind what you want to promote is positivity. Here's another way of looking about it. Okay. Yeah, dude, I was explaining this to yeah, I was explaining. Let me explain it this way. Let me put it this way. Bum bum. I keep forgetting this water. Let me put it this way. Let me figure this out first. So, remember when I was telling you about the world of forms and ideas being real? Pretty crazy stuff, huh? Kind of hard to wrap your head around. All right, but here, check this out. So, if you have to go there, I guess I don't know how else to put it. You have to know that the world of ideas is just as real as the world of form, of appearances. I mean, let's see. I mean, there's like two ways. Okay, yeah, yes. All the world is a stage. Shakespeare. Yeah. The bullets are real. Yes. So, but it's a stage. But the bullets are real. So be careful, right? Okay. So if we say that kind of opens up a lot of stuff, right? Because if we say that the world of ideas is real, then I gotta say, oh, okay, what about ghosts? Are demons, are they real? You know? Right? I mean, are they an idea? I mean, that's what I'm saying, I guess, right? They are real. They are real. Now, what does it mean to be real? So it's not just like, ha ha ha. No, then we have to ask, what does it mean to be real? I want to say that real in the world of appearances and tangible, right? Like this, tangible stuff. Let's see. Whoa, that's pretty real. That's pretty real. And the thing is that I have all these thoughts in my head, right? And you can say, well, those thoughts aren't real. And yeah, you're right. Thoughts aren't real. I mean, in one sense, but in another sense, they are real. So, yeah, right? Okay. And, but I mean, not so much as thoughts as ideas, concepts. Because we can think of a concept and then demonstrate it and then express it out in the real world in physical sense. Right? I mean, because like nuclear power is an idea, right? Just an idea, just a theory. Yeah, and we also like do it. We have probes and stuff running on this stuff. Like houses and stuff. Yeah, it's real. So, but it's also an idea. That before it was real, was an idea. It had to be worked out and reflected back and forth, which is, it's always doing the bouncing back and forth, right, between ideas and material. So yeah, when you say things like demons real, well, yeah, the idea of demons real, right? The manifestation, well, that's debatable. But like we see like the art of it, the art people have drawings, and that's like, oh, that's pretty cool, right? But do you really see, like in The Exorcist, people crawling on the ceiling with their heads? I don't know. I think it just, I don't know. But I don't know if I've seen like truly deranged people, like. But I mean, if you can, yeah, Dune. If you ever read the Frank Herbert series, Dune kind of gets into that, like the whole consciousness thing. Like, ooh, interesting. But what he talks about is how like there's like a genetic memory that through a certain kind of process, the Bene Gesserits can tap into the genetic memory, like the memory of their of every woman in their genes, in their lineage, in their gene lineage, all the way back to the first, I guess. I don't know how far back they can go, but for a long time. So she taps into their memory. So they can tap into their memory, and so they have memories of like forever. Like, so their perspective is really, really different than everyone else's, whose memory only is like really, really short. Why did I even talk about that? Oh yeah, ideas. But there's a problem because if you become conscious of those genetic memories too young, when you're too young, before you're ready, then what happens is that you don't have enough sense of your own identity to keep yourself separate from your genetic memory, and so you succumb to one of your memories, personalities, and so it's not you so much as it is the expression of one of those genetic memories of yours, personalities. So if they're a bad person, then that bad person could, so in the book, in Frank Herbert's Dune, this one woman was made conscious, aware of her genetic memory while still an embryo, or like still in the womb, like not even nowhere near ready, having her own identity. So at one point, she was basically possessed by one of her genetic memories, which is, strangely enough, yeah, a really bad guy. Now that I remember. Oh, okay. And so the bad guy takes over this young child's body, basically. Well, young child, but has a consciousness of like a millennia of women stuffed into the body of a child. Nowhere near ready, but there it is. And one of those memories takes over, right? So, anyways, how do I even get on that? Memory, ideas being real. Oh yeah. If you look at that, that's kind of how the Tibetans do with their Dalai Lama, right? So how do the Tibetans do their Dalai Lama? How do they pick their Dalai Lama? Because they always say the Tibetan monks are like, the Dalai Lama is, well, what they do is they go out, they find this kid, they're like, yo, you're the Dalai Lama. They do some tests, they're like, yep, you're him, you're it, let's go. And then they're like, okay, see ya, mom, see ya, dad. And the parents, being Brutus, are like, okay, we gotcha. Ciao. See ya, kid. Or don't see you, because like they never see him again, right? That's like that's it. Bye-bye. You're gone. And then so that kid is whisked off, and then placed inside the center of this giant institution, this temple that's been cultivated for centuries, millennia, unmoving, unchanging, forever. And you, my little, 5-year-old kid, your name is gone. You're not that name anymore. You're actually like Mr. Dalai Lama dude. And you've actually been here like 17 times. Actually, it's like 12 or 13. Check out all the books you've written. Don't you remember? Don't you remember? Here, read them all now. That's all you're gonna do is read you again so you remember. So this little kid, 5 years old, is just dropped into this religious institution, and before they even have like a real true sense of who they are, and it's all just wiped off, and they're told, nope, you're actually the Dalai Lama, and this is all of you, and you're all, put this back in you so you remember. So this little kid reads the writings of the Dalai Lama for like 13 lives worth of meditation, and like reading this, and then meditation on it, and then like writing. And then when that kid dies, or when the current Dalai Lama dies, like he said he's not going to reincarnate. So like that's interesting. Because China says no, it's illegal for you to reincarnate anywhere outside of China, and they took over Tibet. So because China wants to own the Dalai Lama so they can kill the Tibetan culture and install Han Chinese. Like, so yeah, it's interesting because China is not just one person, one type of Chinese. China is like a whole bunch of whole bunch of different Chinese, like types, like cultures, ethnicities, I guess you could say, religions, cultures, like super diverse. And what China's doing is tantamount to ethnic cleansing. They're just erasing the Tibetans and installing them Han Chinese, a different type of Chinese. So that's, I guess, like internal colonization. That's, I mean, which is sort of what Israel's doing, right? With the West Bank and with Gaza Strip. For sure, the West Bank. They're just like, this is ours now. What's going on? Like, is there, like, whatever happened to Palestine? If there's no Palestine, there can't be Israel. And if there's no Israel, then who's doing all this? A bunch of pirates. That's who. Wow, dude, this is super heavy, huh? I'm sorry. Wow, yeah, oh, okay, let me see what I can do to lighten it. Like, I got anything to lighten? Man, come on, I'm so heavy. Why am I so heavy? Trump laughed at. Oh yeah, Trump is supposed to meet Rosenstein tomorrow. Maybe to fire him. But I think he has something else now on his drama plate, so he doesn't need to use that drama card yet. He's gonna save that drama card for later. So predictable, dude. I hate this reality show president wannabe. Oh, the pain. Okay, let me continue. I want to say something nice, but I can't. Hold on. Iran sanctions. Okay, so So Trump decided to undo all the work that Obama administration did with regards to Iran. Right? Trump had Iran on nuclear lockdown, or not Trump, Obama had Iran on nuclear lockdown. They were not going to make nukes, Holmes. They were not going to do it because we had inspectors all up in their stuff. And in return, we let them come to back to the international market. And so everyone's like, yay, new market, yay! Because you know how capitalism always needs to expand, right? It's always looking for new markets because its own markets are saturated because the workers of their own markets aren't getting paid enough to buy back all the stuff they make. So they have to get rid of it somehow. So that somehow is to export it. But all the other markets are saturated too, right? Iran is not a saturated market. You can dump all your stuff over there. So all these European countries and China and Russia want to export their crap, their excess, over to Iran, who's hungry for that stuff, dude. They want to eat that stuff up. They're starving. They love it. Please. But then Trump comes along and says, I have a tiny member. And so to show my tiny member, I'm going to undo the work of a better man. So Trump undoes all the work and puts the sanctions back on Iran. So what does that mean when you put sanctions on Iran? That means that if you're an American company and you do business with Iran in any way, we're gonna bust you big time. And if you're a foreign company that you do business with Iran, you cannot do business in America. And for foreign companies, that's a big deal because the American financial system is where it's at, right? That's where it's at, Holmes. That's why all the Russian oligarchs have their money in our system. Because we're dependable, we're reliable, we stick to our word, we don't lie, we don't cheat. Well, supposedly, right? Look what's happened. What a cry. I want some water. Hold on, we come back. We don't lie, we don't cheat. That's the idea, right? Right? And ideas are real, right? And Americans are real, right? Yeah! What does that mean to be real? Alright. Let's continue. So this unfortunate event means that all these hungry countries that want to do business can't because of Trump, just because he has a tiny member. So what they're doing is they're finding ways around it. And that's a problem. Because if all these countries find a way around it, it means America's clout diminishes. Number one. Number two, it means America's America's clout diminishes, and America's awesome financial system is imperiled. Because if a competing awesome financial system props up that doesn't require the cooperation of a big mean bully, they're gonna do it. And if that happens, what are we gonna do? Our great financial system is lame if no one wants to play with us. So Trump is wrecking our stuff. He is in so many ways. I can't even explain it to you people. I can't. So, like, it's so bad. Okay. Good news, please. Happy news. I mean, diamonds, that's nice. I mean, I'm happy, right? Happy diamonds. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. What I kind of need is IRAR. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, Hey, it's beautiful diamond. Oh yes, my lovelies, I love you. Oh yes, yes. Okay. Well, what I really need is obsidian to make another portal, to make contraptions. But really, what am I even doing? I don't even care. I'm like talking about stuff. So yeah, safety first. You're gonna mine really deep underground by yourself? Safety last. We're in adventure mode. Nothing can hurt me. I mean death, but then it's not real. What is real? That's fun. Okay. Oh yes. Here. I thought this was interesting, and I'm kind of perplexed. I'm just following along. I was noticing on Twitter. Notice the difference in treatment between. Okay, so we have two. Okay, between Bill Cosby, who had rape allegations from many years ago that were taken credibly, and now he's in jail and in prison, like he should be, because rapists should be in prison. Right? And then we have Kavanaugh, a rich white dude with the right circle, an elite circle, right? Because that's what he is. He's an elite in his elite circle, Yale circle, doing his what's it called? Doing his deal, Supreme Court Justice nominee, and they're trying to ram him through. And all these allegations come up, and they're like, yeah, whatever. I don't hear you, Bill Cosby. Oh, weird, dude. That's harsh. Ouch. Ooh. Oh. No, man. Now that when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Man, this has got to be good news. Come on, help me out. Oh yeah, there is. Come on, all right, here. All right. I was thinking about this. So. We are in this time of like great anxiety. Like if you're paying attention to the news, like things are insane, and like yeah, maybe it's real, maybe it's not. I kind of think it is real, and the repercussions are gonna. I mean, like they're already gonna be awful. They're laughing at us. So and trade when the sanctions, dude. That's what I'm saying. Okay. When Trump put down those sanctions, what that means is, China is going to produce these goods, all right? And then the amount of sanctions they're going to pay, the tariffs they're going to pay are zero. China sends those goods over to America, and the shipper receives them, and then I guess they pay nothing, or they do. I think they do pay a tariff. So the shipper's like, damn, this cost me more money. Well, I'm gonna charge the next guy more money. So the next guy is like, oh damn, I got hit by more expensive stuff, because the guy is charging more expensive stuff. So he's gonna pass it all along the way, and it keeps going up and up and up and up and up until it hits the shelf, where you say, hey, this thing made in China costs more now. Oh, I guess I'm paying it. Oh, oh man. Oh. Okay. What time is it? Let's see. I haven't even been going an hour yet, have I? Have I? Yeah, 45 minutes. Come on, dude. Let's see. Cosby, Kavanaugh. Oh yeah, the good news. Come on, it's gotta be good news. All right, why are we even doing this? Why are we fighting? Like, look how disjointed it is. Like, my experience in the quote-quote resistance is totally different from anyone else's experience in the quote-quote resistance, but we're all resistant. So, I figure, like, if everyone does their part, even if they can't see it, it just goes. It just goes. It happens. So for a number of weeks, I stood out in front of, or on a number of weekends, Saturdays, I stood out in the Salem Saturday Market to say that Trump is a traitor. And I often wondered, why am I doing this? And people said, thank you. And I'm like, that's cool, it's cool. But like, why am I doing this? But I have to remember that, like, ideas are real. But the problem, not the problem, but the deal with them is that, like, demons, angels, devils, saints, ghosts, friendly, benevolent, guiding, sure. Elves, dwarves, sure. I don't know any of the other culture stuff. Sure, right? They're all ideas, and the more we have, the better, because I could say these instead of just being I don't know any other culture right now offhand. But sure. Tamago, that's Tamago's age. The fish, the goblins with the dish on their head. The kappa. Oh yeah, those guys are great. The kappa, those are real. Yeah, sure. The difference is how they come over. They cross that divide from idea into expression, because that's what we're all about, right? When you come over, it's about expression. For any idea to make the cross, it has to be expressed. So when you say demon, right, that demon has to be expressed. And demon's not going to be expressed in an inanimate object. Demon's not going to be expressed, like, maybe in like a windstorm. That's kind of crazy. But these ideas, a lot of times, their vector is through humans. The humans give birth to these expressions. So yeah, you can say these bad things, but you can also say the good things, because remember the duality of it. And that's what the whole process of getting over duality, to realize that it's not really separate. So like, yeah, sure, you have your demon, but of course to have a demon you gotta have an angel, the opposite. And sure, you can have a god, but then you have to have a not god, right? Unless you like radically redefine the notion of God and call it something else. trying to resolve everything on a higher level, right? Above it. On another dimension, one might say. Oh yeah, I was talking about that. So, sure, so all these things can be, it's all about expression. So, you can throw out there, that guy looks like an elf. Like, yo, no, biologically, you know, actuality, no, he's not an elf. Yeah, we can do that and say no, that guy's clearly not an elf. Come on, I have enough to start using this. I have replacement diamonds, is what I'm saying. Plus, I'm lower than I need to be. That's bedrock. Recalibrate. Oh. Yes. I can't see what. 8, 9, 10. One more. 11. All right. Here we go. Okay. I didn't use my train of thought. He is real, opposites, duality, overcome duality, other dimensions, oh yeah, other dimensions, good news, other dimensions, another way of looking at it, yeah, another way of looking at it, so yeah, you ever see the movie, I don't know, that movie, but there's like a cartoon, Dr. Quantum or something, where he talks about like flatland and how he talks about, well, what if, like, he's like, the way he talks about it is like, okay, we all live in three-dimensional world, but what if there's a world that's only 2 dimensions? What does it even mean? So he has like a flat world, right? And he has all these people drawn as circles, and they're all running around going, yeah, we live life, la la la, we're 2 dimensions. And then he's like, okay, so if we're talking, so it's like, okay, so if I'm talking to these 2-dimensional creatures, they're like, oh my god, where's that voice coming from? Yo, I'm out here in the 3rd dimension. And they're like, oh my god, but what is that? There's no such thing. Because they can't conceive of a 3rd dimension. It's not in their deal to even have a 3rd dimension. Right? How are they gonna come out of that? Right? So it isn't until Dr. Quantum like picks one of the shapes on the paper. Picks one of the shapes on the paper. He's like, yo, little shape, you know, what's up? She's like, oh my god, where are you? He's like, yo, I'm in the 3rd dimension. She's like, that's impossible. He's like, yeah, it's totally possible. I can see everything. She's like, runs around, and he's like, I can see everything you do. I can touch inside you. She's like, no way. And so he does that, and he's like, wow. He's like, can I see you? And Dr. Quantum's like, sure, I'll try. Right? So Dr. Quantum like tries to go into her 2 dimension, right? He puts his finger into it, and a finger goes through the hole, like that, right? The finger goes through the plane, and the girl, or the shape, the shape that lives on the paper, sees just like a of the finger coming through, and she's like, oh my god, you're awful, you're like, you came out of nowhere and you're gross. And then Dr. Quantum takes his finger back out, and then and she's like, oh my god, you just disappeared out of nowhere. And are you still there? And she's like, yep. And so she's like, oh my god, that's so weird. So Dr. Quantum's like, yo, let me trip you out, girl, let me trip you out. So Dr. Quantum's like, worked some magic, and then the girl goes pop and becomes from a circle into a sphere, a 3-dimensional sphere. Now she's floating around, and she's like, oh my god, this is amazing. Oh, okay. So, but here's where I'm gonna trip you out. here's where I'm gonna trip you out. That homegirl never left her plane. She never left. When Dr. Quantum came by and did that, popped her out, and she floated around, that was her consciousness. Her body was still there, chilling in that second dimension, just like laying there. Or doing whatever. And then after this ended, homegirl went back into her body. Didn't have that experience anymore. And went around and told her other dudes about that experience, and her other dudes are like talking your crazy third dimension. So when I think of when I talk about the world of ideas, it's kind of the same thing. Like, we're all in 3 dimensions right now. That's where our body lives, in the 3rd dimension. But our consciousness is able to look around out here, right? Because we can only experience time with consciousness. Right? I mean, you have to experience it. Time isn't. I mean, space. I guess you experience space. But time, it's like, it's kind of constant, right? In whatever frame of reference you're in. So that was the answer to my own riddle. Like, what if it's just like the nether? What if a wormhole is just like the nether? And you spend the same amount of time, no matter where you go. Because that assumes an independent observer, which would be God. Who's looking over all the universe. That's what I was getting about, right? He is the universe, or it. God. Most High is Most High, yo. There is no Moster. There is no Moster Most High. Moster High. So, okay. So, so this world of ideas, this is what I'm pointing to. Like, when I say spirit, I really mean like spirits are real. Like in the sociological Geist sense, as in like a culture, or an ideology. So like, white supremacy would be an example of a culture, spirit, that exists as an idea only unless you give it reality. And the only way that this idea becomes reality is if a human gives it expression. Okay. So that sounds all crazy, right? But really, it's not. The natural world is the natural world. It only changes if humans make it change. In fact, that's what makes it so amazing, is that we're able to alter our environment to a degree that no other animal has in a long time. And the thing is that the thing that used to constrain life was the limitation. Well, the calorie. You have to eat calories to keep your deal going. And once that became not an issue for humans via agriculture, then humans' population expanded incredibly. That's like I'm talking Ishmael from that book. I don't know the author's name offhand. But that's a great. That's great. I love that idea. That idea is interesting in that it says the book, the story, and genesis of Cain and Abel is not the story of the rest of the Bible. It's a story of the tribe before the Bible, and it got tacked on. That's the last remnant of the tribe before. And the way he explains it is that Cain and Abel. So Cain was a farmer and Abel was a shepherd. Cain sacrificed his harvest, a portion of his harvest, and Abel sacrificed his lambs. And God was angry at Abel or Cain because Cain's sacrifice was no good to God. God didn't like his sacrifice. So Cain got really mad. And Cain murdered Abel. He just murdered him, just killed him. And God came back and said, "Yo, Cain, where's your brother Abel?" And Cain's like, "Yo, I don't know." God's like, "Liar." I know, I'm God. But yeah. So that story, right? Why would God get mad at Cain for sacrificing what he does, you know, the same as Abel, right? Why would you get mad at that? What's the problem? It doesn't make sense in the context of the rest of the Bible, because in the rest of the Bible, God's like, it just doesn't make sense. So this author is like, yo, this story, Ishmael says that story comes from the tribe before, and the real deal is the difference between hunter-gatherers and agriculture. And the hunter-gatherers, what they do is they would just go with the follow the herd, and when the herd follow the migration of the animals, they gather whatever they could, and when there's nothing there, they'd move on. And in the times when it was lean, like, they would die off, like they would just starve. That would be it. And in the times when it was plenty, they would grow, and that's how it went. And they just followed the animals, and that's what they did. But then came the agriculture tribe. And the agriculture tribe, they didn't follow the animals. They stayed put. They didn't move. What they did is they planted their stuff, their crops. But to do that, you needed more and more land to grow, to do this more. And then you needed people to do the work, because this is a lot of hard work, and you don't want to do it. If you can get someone else to do it, that's great. Then you can go make buildings, or you can weave baskets, right? If you don't have to go do agriculture, you can do these other things, or you can be an army and go like get more slaves. Like, so agriculture tribe grew no matter what, because they had excess calories, and they just kept growing. And then, so where did they get the slaves? Well, they conquered other tribes. So because they had slaves and extra people working their fields, they had people specialize into certain tasks. Some of them were soldiers or warriors who went out and like took over other tribes, took their people, brought them back, and then put them inside to work agriculture to feed the rest of this tribe. Who were the people that they captured? Well, yeah, they would capture other agriculture tribes if they could, but it's easy also to capture just like nomadic tribes, right? Oh, there they are. Grab them. Fuck you. That's so that's the story of Cain and Abel. That Cain left the Cain tribe left the balance. They left nature. They left the way God had it, which is you grow when it's plentiful, and you die when it's not plentiful. So Cain rebelled and like grew regardless. So now Cain's out there, but he's got like no God, so he's got like nothing guiding him. So the crux of the book is not that like we're evil, but that we have to find a way, because there's no going back, right? We can't go back. We can't just be like, oh, let's go back to nature again. No, we can't do that. But how to go forward in a responsible manner, knowing all this, knowing what we know about the balance of life and death and animals, and preserving nature and letting things just go do what they, letting nature do its thing, and not to grow in excess, which is really the crisis of capitalism. Capitalism always needs to grow. It's predicated on the idea of infinite growth. But the problem is that this idea takes place on a planet that is finite. Like, it's a circle. It doesn't have anywhere to go. You can't grow infinitely here. There's nowhere to, like, you cannot grow infinitely. But our whole world is built on that idea that you can grow infinitely. So it's really broken. Things are broken, like in a big way. As I drink clean tap water, yay! Out of a plastic cup. Okay. So yeah. So what is this thing what is the good news? What's going on here? Here, I have a poem about it. I'm gonna go find it. That's what it boils down to. I need to find this poem real quick. I'm gonna read this poem to you, yo. I'm gonna read this poem to you. It's gonna be it. I'm gonna stop the music and everything, because this is what it is. Let me see, where's it at?
It all depends on you. Be positive. And it all depends on you.
Yo, this is what's up. Naked writing, blatantly hiding on stage behind the fourth wall where I can parlay with whomever I can imagine. The audience conveys satisfaction by relaying attention to these undulating projections. Where'd my projection? These undulating projections. Oh, let me put it over here. These undulating, naked writing, blatantly hiding on stage behind the fourth wall where I can parlay with whomever I can imagine. The audience conveys its satisfaction by relaying attention to my undulating projections. And now, we're all playing. Projections emanating from within my being are being reinforced by your attention, mitigated by the invisible fourth wall, the membrane protecting your sanity, containing my madness. It's decaying. I don't know about you, but for me, I concede this has been a long time in coming. You're going to think I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm glad you're going mad with me. It won't be so lonely when we turn around and commit naked writing, blatantly hiding on stage. No, what am I saying? Yeah. behind the fourth wall where we can parlay with whomever we can imagine. The audience will certainly convey its satisfaction by relaying its attention to our undulating projections. And certainly, they will come join us. More bodies means more resources and labor. New possibilities spontaneously emerge from the organic structure. Pray pontificate upon the added potential of having more and more and more kids play our game of naked writing, blatantly hiding on stage. Climbing over the fourth wall to partake of the fray. Engage in hand-to-hand melee with ideas the audience thought had given them satisfaction. It's why they think the truth attacks them. Our projections are taking on proportions of actuality by seizing control of fingers and toes, as ideas become mere ideas no more, as dreams become mere dreams no more, as the audience becomes the audience no more. When they charge the stage, break down the wall and play naked writing, shamelessly lighting up the stage, feeling up the boundaries of a fifth wall to tap Morse code and phone home. Manifest the plans of a new game that does not require bombs, nor bullets, llamas, nor mullets, nor piles of pallid corpses from political torture. No. This game, it's like a new iteration, a brand new iteration, comprised of the latest technology with laser refracted by trans-dimensional prisms. They have categorically dimmed the once solid and vivid colors of the Maya, the hype, the illusion, the trite games that some people play on the playa. This new game, let's call it, just call it love. Let's get started. Teach me how to play. Yeah, man. That's what it's about, because that's kind of what we're doing, right? So my standing out there, doing what I do, holding a sign, was the manifestation, my little tiny part. But all those tiny little parts put together is a big thing. And that big thing is beautiful. You can't see it because you're in it, so it's really hard to see it when you're in it. That's right. Perspective. Right. It's like playing Minecraft. Don't know how far I've gone because I'm in it. I'm so my face is in it. That's almost like the real world, right? In order to get, it's hard to get perspective because your face is stuck in the world of illusions, the world of appearances, in this 3D box. So you roll with it, Holmes. So yeah, big things are afoot because here's the good deal, right? I've said it before. Let me run it down real quick again, just for a recap. I believe there's a spirit inside American society, our country, that's been there since the beginning. The Confederate spirit of slavery, of ownership, of feudal hierarchy, feudalism, great ethno-feudalism, the Confederacy. I mean, that's what it is. It's a Confederacy. This is an idea, a Geist. It lives beyond the world of, well, its root is beyond the material world. It's not even, Confederacy is only its manifestation here in America. It manifests differently in different places. Anywhere there's ethno-nationalism. So Germany, Nazi Germany was an example. America's an example. Israel, Palestine, an example. South African example. I don't know too much about that stuff, but yeah, I don't want to go too far there. I don't know it that much. But America for sure. Let's talk about America. I can do that from here. But yeah, this idea of fascism, it manifests differently. In every culture, and in American culture, it's like the Confederacy, and that thing is rooted in like in another dimension, right? But it manifests out here through humans. And the problem is that at a certain point, Republicans, the GOP, the federal level, Republicans cannot maintain power in a democracy. They've bent the rules as much as they could with gerrymandering and voter suppression, but it's getting harder and harder because the overall share of the white population in America is shrinking, and it's going to come to a point where it's less than 50%. But as it is now, it's not really strong enough to win and have them give them power. They can't really do it. Like only in tiny little enclaves, but they can't really do it in the federal level. They can't anymore. So what they had to do was team up with the Russians to get it done. And this spiraled into something way bigger, I'm finding out. with Israel, the UAE, Saudi Arabia. Like something is like huge and nefarious is going on. That even bigger than what I thought. I thought it was just Russia. Like so yeah. But here's the deal though, right? They're trying to, this is their last moment. They have to do it now. Because as you can see, all their other measures are failing. So they have to do their last ditch effort, which is betray the country. Like if you're Republicans and your choice is either change your party or overthrow democracy, and they chose to overthrow democracy. So so this is their last chance. What is it they're trying to accomplish? What are they trying to do? Right? This is madness. What are they trying to do? They are trying to stop something that they see coming. What is this something they're trying to see? Remember our motto. Our motto. What is our motto? What is our motto? Pluribus unum. Pluribus unum. Pluribus unum. It's not in God we trust. That is stupid, fear-mongering, communist-fearing stuff they put in the 50s. That's not our deal. Go back to the beginning, to the fathers, the founding fathers. They didn't put that there. Someone else put that there. So hey, check it out. Pluribus unum. That's what our founding fathers put there. That's what I'm going to go with. So what does that say? Out of many, one. Out of many, one. So what does that even mean? Well, let's look at us currently. Well, no, not currently. Let's look before. Before America, the power was primarily concentrated in the hands of quote whites, landowning whites. But over time, the straight population, like of people who could of people versus of all the ethnicities versus the white population, it's been slowly like shrinking. Like everyone's growing. I mean, not black population so much. I think that's kind of sad, but yeah, I wonder why. And that's a whole other deal. Incarceration state. That's, oh my goodness. All right, wait. Don't go too far. Hold on. But so the way the Confederacy, fascism, expresses itself in America through the Confederacy, is through humans, and the humans it uses are white humans. It tricks them because ethno-fascism does not actually help white people. Ethno-fascism doesn't care what human it uses to get expressed. It just wants to be expressed. That's what I mean, right? When I say like demon, devil, rah, rah, rah. The thing I'm fighting is not white people. The thing I'm fighting is ethno-fascism. Ethno-fascism doesn't live in the material world. It doesn't live inside of white people. Ethno-fascism lives on another plane of existence, on another dimension that I can't point to. I can't point to it. But it's there, right? So the way ethno-fascism doesn't care who it's using or what it's using. Oh, rad. It just wants to use a human to be made into the real world, into the material world. It wants to cross that threshold, and it needs a human to do it. I'm gonna explore, man. I'm tired. Let's do exploring. Rad. It needs a human to do it. So don't be that human that helps racism and ethno-fascism be expressed in our real world. This is our world, man. It was put here by God for us, not for these terrible ideas to be made expressed. I think we gotta, the way we're gonna come back to God is by using the gift that God gave us, which is, you know, the word and reason. I mean, our brains, that's what's gonna help us get there. So don't fall into the trap of ethno-fascism, because Republicans right now are ethno-fascists. They're overthrowing the country. That's the whole reason why they're trying to get Kavanaugh in there, because Kavanaugh is their dude who's going to absolve Trump of his crimes on the Supreme Court. And by him being on the Supreme Court, he's going to wreck the Supreme Court. But again, they don't care. Why don't they care about the integrity of the United States? Oh, because they don't. Their enemy is the United States. So if you don't care about so why would you care about the integrity of your enemy? That's what I'm saying. So they're acting in such a way as to harm the integrity of our nation because it doesn't bother them, because they don't care, because it's not their nation. Oh. So yeah, please pay attention. It's a historic time. This time's historic. You gotta know. You gotta pay attention. You have to see that the battle is on multiple levels. None of them is violent. None of them involve your fists, right? If you're on a good team, you don't need to punch. I mean, defend yourself for sure. Big things going on. big things. Glad you're here, guys. Glad you're with me. Light it up. Just fire. Fire! Torches, let us illuminate. Illumination. Illumination Nation. Get some lapis lazuli for later enchanting. Yeah, what else? So yeah, the GOP right now is ethno-fascism. They're trying to do a coup, illegitimate. If Gorsh is already illegitimate, if Kavanaugh is on there, it's super illegitimate. That's a coup. It's not legitimate. It's a coup. I got my phone blown up with spam. Yeah, dude. Check that out. All over it. Yeah, you know you're on it. Okay. So the geist of ethno-fascism, in the form of the Confederacy, has staged a coup again, and conspired with Russia to take the country. But we have November. This is our chance, right? This is the best way to do it. November. November, November. Remember November. Make sure you're registered. Double check. Get your friends. Offer them something. Bribe them if you have to, right? Like, it's kind of important. And if you're young and you think, I don't care, man, you really, really ought to. Oh, geez, that hurts. I'm lost. There's not a whole lot of ways to go, but... what else is going on? What else can I talk about? Oh yeah. Et pluribus unum. So what's going on is that we're gonna get to a point where, yeah, the white population is at less than 50%. So we're gonna get to the point where you can't just appeal to outright racism, to ethno-fascism, to hold power in America. You have to appeal to democracy, democratic and American values, because you have to get everyone on board at that point. That's the whole point, right? That's America. That's America. Your idea has to be so good that you get everybody on board. That was the whole point. It was never supposed to be about, oh, one ethnicity lords it over everyone else. That's never been the point. That's always been the enemy. No, our point is that the best idea is what comes forth, and it should be upheld and made manifest. That we make our destiny together as a nation, like as one. That's what we're about, man. That's what we're about. So, like, yeah, it's scary, it's hard, and it's when you fight and you're hand to hand and you're in the blood and guts of it, and like metaphorically speaking, and like you can't even make sense of it. Remember, like, try to get some perspective back out and look at the beautiful thing that you're involved in. Like, you're saving democracy and you're giving birth to the next form of America. Because this is what our founders always envisioned. This is what they envisioned, is for not one ethnicity to rule everyone else, but for ideas, the best ideas, and the best people themselves to come forth. Not of any particular color or culture. You know, they're all mixed in. It's all gonna be just like by everyone doing their thing together in harmony and recognizing the freedom and the humanness in each other. We reaffirm the freedom in and humanness in ourselves, and that's why Americans are just so happy to want to spread this around. You know, like everyone should be able to do that, to have that kind of reaffirmation of your society that says, yeah, man, I'm free, you're free, do what you gotta do what you need to do. Like, don't hurt me, I won't hurt you, and we're all good. And if someone comes along and tries to break our stuff, we're gonna like, I got your back, you got my back. American, oh man. And I don't mean to diss the Hispanic culture. Yo, you guys are totally in. I'm not trying to like forget you guys. I mean, South America, you guys, America has been pretty tough. The United States has been really tough. America, North America, the United States has been pretty tough on the rest of the Americas. Really tough, right? That's that bad ideology. I can get into that. That's a whole other topic. Wow. But I don't mean to diss you guys, dude. I actually respect you. It's just I'm not really connected so much to it because the language barrier. I don't natively read that stuff. Hey, I'm up in my house. Let's eat some fish because I'm starving. Cook some of that. Cook some of that. I need obsidian. Oh, I need a bucket to make obsidian. Download. Like and subscribe. Need more. Let's see. Sure. Yeah, buddy. Okay. This is not so good. I gotta fix that. Okay. Beautiful vision. Have I given you a beautiful vision? Man, we're gonna be so awesome. Like, this is what the world's been waiting for. Like, you don't understand how young we are as a nation. We're only like, what? Not even 200, 250 years old. Come on. We're an 8, dude. Let's give ourselves a little credit, a little bit of a break. We're doing amazing stuff. We're gonna be great. We're gonna be awesome. We're just taking care of our history. We're just taking care of our laundry. And we gotta do it. It's gotta be done and when it's done, we're gonna be like amazing. All right, America. Peace out.